Alright, welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing Film Analysis. This is Mr. BDA with you. Thank you for joining us. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at Naoya Inoue, known as the Monster, for the fact that he's a big guy, pushes his opponents back, and he's quite a puncher. But of course, the question is, how is he going to handle somebody who's his weight, who he no longer can bully around, and someone who he doesn't have a strength advantage over? The big question is whether his strength and his power is going to move up with him as he moves forward to 118. He's gone to 3 divisions now. He's got under 20 fights. I think he's 15-0 with 13 knockouts. He's built quite a resume for himself for a guy that doesn't even have 20 fights yet. And he's going to be taking on Jamie McDonnell, UK fighter, pretty sharp puncher. Obviously not as big a puncher as Inoue, but the fact is Inoue is moving up to a new division, so we don't know how he's going to handle a guy his size. I'm still not completely sold on Inoue. I like what I see, I like the punching power obviously, but how's he going to handle bigger guys? Well, there's a video out there circulating on the internet, on YouTube, where you actually see Naoya Inoue sparring Geneiss Servania. And Geneiss Servania, you might remember him as the guy who gave Oscar Valdez a very tough fight. Servania, strong guy, good guard, stout fighter, good counter puncher, good skills. And there's a video out there, like I said, of Inoue sparring him. It's actually more of an exhibition match in front of a crowd. You know, they have headgear, they seem to have sparring gloves, 16-ounce gloves, you know. So obviously they're not going all out, but it does show us that Inoue might have the type of skills to back up his punching power. So without further ado, by the way, the video, I got it from some Japanese website, that YouTube page that I don't know what it means, but I'm putting it up here right now as you can see it. And it was also uploaded by Michael Edlin. Is that how you say this name? But anyway, you can see his name right there. Check out their YouTube pages. They got interesting videos about boxing, especially Japanese boxing and Asian boxing in general. So let's take a look at Naoya Inoue against Geneiss Servania in a sparring session, and let's see what Naoya Inoue has in terms of tricks. Alright, so here you have Inoue is the guy in the purple, with the purple gloves and the purple headgear. Servania obviously the one with the black headgear and the black gloves. And let me tell you something, this is a pretty good sparring session. I think they went out for about 3 rounds. I suggest you watch it in its entirety. Pretty entertaining for a sparring session. And also, let me tell you, both guys are quick. Ooh, lightning quick. I mean, it's really amazing to see this type of speed and this type of technique being displayed. And yes, there is a lot of technique from both fighters. So first of all, let's see, look at Inoue here. See him feinting there with his right hand before he leads with a leg hook. See that? It's a very faint little movement with the right to set up the left. Of course, he missed with the left, but nevertheless, he's showing Servania that he's willing to confuse him with feints. He's not just going out there like a madman. And look at that beautiful combination. Leading with the left hook, right hand, and then boom, left hook. Now, of course, right away you can see Inoue. Again, I know this is just a sparring session, but he's a little bit open there. See then? A little open with those hooks. But nevertheless, it was interesting to see how he sets up a lead left hook, right hand, almost slapping, but it's just to set up that left hook at the end there, which did land. Now you see Inoue on his toes. Now, a lot of, you know, if you're on your toes all the time, bouncing up and down, you can be timed. A good fighter can time you, but Inoue has 2 things going for him. He's got speed and also the fact that when you're on your toes, yes, you can be timed, but it also makes you mobile. Remember, Sugar Ray Robinson used to be on his toes because it allows him to get in and out quicker. Oscar De La Hoya too, whenever he got on his toes, he was pretty hard to hit. So there is an advantage to being on your toes as well. And here you see Inoue bouncing up, back, straight, you know, forward, back, and then when Servania tries to attack, Inoue is already in a position with his toes, he's on his toes to bounce back. Very fleet-footed. Now here you see him going to the body. I like Inoue, man, he goes to the body. Japanese fighters are very underrated when it comes to going to the body. A lot of people talk about Mexicans going to the body, but it's Japanese fighters too, man. I mean, I think there's some cross-training they do with Mexicans, or maybe it's because of the fact that they fight so many Latin American fighters in the lower weight division. I don't know, but I like how Inoue goes to the body. The problem is, and we're going to talk more about that later on, you see him, his left hand kind of drops a little bit when he throws right hands, whether they're to the body or upstairs. And here he almost got caught with a good left hook to the chin. Because Servania, again, look at, he kind of looked like about the same size. I know Inoue is a little taller, but Servania, he's a strong featherweight, and he's having trouble with Inoue here. Because again, Inoue is showing that he's not just a big puncher. He actually knows how to set up his shots. Here you see him again on his toes, in and out. Beautiful combination here. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. So you see in and out, making Servania unsure about when he's gonna attack. You know, and then he see how he raises that left hand to distract Servania, makes him put his guard up, and then right away, a millisecond after he puts that hand up, he attacks again. 1-2, left uppercut, right hand. And look at this little movement here. The right hand holding Servania's head down as Servania weaves, but that gives what's his name, Inoue, an indication of where he's at, and he takes a little, just a little hop back. See that? Hop back to create space to land that left hook. Oof, driving it through. Like I said, very, and then right uppercut. Servania misses, and they both pivot away. Showing, see there, Inoue showing a little dexterity as well. A little agility, good reflexes. What was that here? Oh, here was just trying to show you the feinting. See that from Inoue, keeping Servania busy. And here you see Inoue channeling his inner Pacquiao. Again, remember in the last video, in the last film analysis we did about Lomachenko and how he was able to make Rigondeaux quit, we were talking about the 3 ways to create chaos. In other words, the 3 ways to piss a fighter off, piss your opponent off. How do you piss your opponent off and keep him guessing? You use speed, you use surprise, and you use force in your attack. In other words, if you're quick with your attacks and you're always surprising your opponent, you keep him guessing, he doesn't know where the attack is going to come from, you already got half the battle won. And how do you do that? You do that through feinting, attacking from different angles, different types of punches, right? Punches from all angles, up and down. That's how you surprise your opponent. And if the quicker you do it, the better it is. And then of course the force of your attack, you know, how hard you're going to hit the guy, that creates maximum chaos. And so you see here Inoue creating maximum chaos. 1-2, rolls. See how he dips a little bit to his left, so that left hook from Servania slides through his head. Yes, he got hit a little bit, but he didn't catch it flush. He was rolling with it. Left hook, right uppercut. Then he hops to the left, then to the right, and you see Servania, he was going with him, along with him, but then he changed angles on him. Inoue did. 1-2, follows him, and then dips down to his right, makes Servania miss. Right hand, and then hops again back to the left. You remember Nonito Donaire in his prime, he used to do this a lot. Let's just look at that again in slow motion. See that? Whoop. Boom. Keeping Servania guessing with attacking, changing angles, dipping, counter punching, again changing angles. So you can see here what I'm trying to illustrate is that Inoue does have skills. He's a thinking fighter. Now I know it's a sparring session, but it is a sparring session against a bigger guy, and they're going at a pretty quick pace. A pace where you can't actually think all that fast if you're not experienced or if you're not prepared for this type of sparring. Inoue obviously is. But then again, there's bad. See here how he gets hit with a combination. Again, Servania setting it up pretty well with a little bit of a feint there, as if he was about to jab. Instead, he leads with a hook. So see, boom, 1-2, left uppercut, and then changes angles. There you see Geneiss Servania keeping Inoue guessing by using some very deft head movement, and then catches him with the right hand. That's the other problem with Inoue. He keeps his hands down. Look at this, hands down. He thought he was going to be able to lean back from it, but he wasn't quick enough because of the way Servania kept him guessing, and of course the speed of the attack. And that, again, look at that. See how he goes to the right, to the body with the right hand, but look at his left hand. Reminds me a lot of Amir Khan. That's how Amir Khan used to attack, and that's how he was getting knocked out all the time. And again, like Amir Khan, this reminds me a lot of that sequence where Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia. Remember that sequence where he's trying to lead with a hook and a right uppercut, and he just got caught. And see how open he is here? Look at this. when he's exchanging and leading with hooks, he gets kind of a little too open. I don't like that. But then again, you saw the good and the bad. You saw the good, which is how he feints, sets off his punches, good defensive abilities when he's exchanging some of the time, and then other times when he's exchanging, he gets a little too wild, a little too reckless. And that's always a danger when you have a big puncher, especially a big puncher who's been fighting smaller guys. You know, that technique tends to go out the window because you get complacent. Like the fact that, yeah, I'm gonna exchange with these guys, and I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be coming out looking good, regardless of whether I keep my hands down or not. You start developing bad habits. Jamie McDonnell, I don't know if he beats Inoue. Maybe Inoue does carry his power. Maybe the fact that he doesn't have to cut that much weight at 118 actually makes him stronger. But you guys tell us, man. You guys tell us. Is Inoue the real deal? I know we had back in BDA Live. Subscribe to BDA Live, by the way. That's where we hold our live podcast. We got some panelists that don't feel that Inoue is as accomplished or as good as some people make him out to be. And I have to agree with that. I still have to see how he looks against McDonnell or against some tough guys. The knock on Inoue also has been that he ducked most of the good 115-pounders. He didn't take on Gonzalez. He didn't take on Estrada. He didn't fight Sorong Visay. But then again, 118, there's a lot of good fighters there. Zolani Tete, come on, that guy's looking pretty impressive. And let's see how he looks against Omar Narvaez this Saturday on the undercard of Carl Frampton versus Nonito Donaire. But anyway, guys, you tell us, is Inoue as good as people make him out to be? Is he underrated? Is he overrated? Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Subscribe to BDA Live or whole live podcast. Subscribe to this channel. Have a good night, have a good day, whatever you may be in the world. And we'll see you on the next one, folks. Take care.